on everything nowadays, even fire.
Warning, the way I do this is probably not the brightest. Welcome to the first episode of Caveman Steel. And for those of you out there who are saying, oh, caveman didn't use knives or blades or metal, pull a stick at your butt. Get over it. So, we're here. This is the forge. It's an old car rim, you know, and kind of a tightwad, but whatever, it works. This is the airflow here. And the Bush's baked beans down here.
Those are important.
Yeah.
Those are important.
Yeah, very important. See, when the coal gets burnt, and it's a little too small, there's a grate under this coal here that falls down and catches, and I empty it later. Today, we're making a knife. So, this is what we're gonna make a knife out of. Some people make fun of it, others don't. Fact is, it's 1040 steel, which is pretty good, and it's free. Now, for a very long and painstaking process, you gotta light the forge. I use a coal forge. It's a pain to get it lit. So we're gonna do that now.
Yeah, explain where we are
Oh,
while
right.
you're doing this.
We're in a place called Valley Spring, Texas. If you ever drive through it, you will probably miss it because you will have blinked. We have no store. We have no school.
Hey, but we got a church.
A church. A single church. It's very small. And a post office.
Yeah,
So for those of you who are interested in bladesmithing, blacksmithing, whatever, and you want to be authentic and use a coal forge, it is fun. And if you're wondering about the coal, you can buy them in 50-pound bags. Alright, I've just turned the air on. So we'll see if it stays lit. It looks like it may.
it looked like it had a little better fire a second ago.
Yeah.
Nice.
Alright. So now we got it going pretty good. Just gonna let the air flow keep going so I can catch a few more coals. Now we're gonna see what we're gonna make today.
It's like a coach's notebook, you know. You can't show that. You have to blur it all out. And it's proprietary.
No, it's just all drawings. Google image, draw stuff. Change a few things here and there, if I like. Don't burn up all the coal.
Oh wow.
Actually. Alright. Now, get that in there.
So you went ahead and stuck it into the fire to heat it up?
Yeah. And get it nice and buried up in there. And then what you want to do, kind of cover it up, trap the heat in. Otherwise your steel's never going to get hot. So, we're going to do this one. Nope. Alright. This is what we're going to make today. It's based off of a sax, which is very, very, very little research I've done. So this is some kind of Viking weapon. But whatever.
So good. These are real tongs too, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Very cool.
Yeah. My poker I made. Rebar. welded.
That's a designer tool right
Oh
there.
yeah, I designed
It's
it.
custom.
All right, so the steel should. Yep, it is ready to work with. So. Alright, you can see it's still hot, obviously, but it doesn't want to move as well as it does when it's orange or yellow. But you got to be careful because you can get metal too hot and you will literally fry it and it will melt. This is kind of what that looks like. This was a while back. This was my first attempt at something. I left it in there too long. I don't know if you can see it, but it's pretty messed up. This had no hitting on it. This is entirely melted.
Just left it in there a little longer than you should have.
Yeah.
It does kind of grow like those little black snakes. Just expands a little bit. Gets
Yeah.
kind of fluffy looking. It's pretty cool.
So once you get it hot, it takes about 15, maybe 20 seconds to get it heated back up to working temp.
That quick, huh?
Yeah, see?
Wow.
As you can see, it doesn't take long for it to lose its heat.
Very fast.
A thicker metal will hold it longer, like the head, that'll hold it for quite a bit actually. But the thinner the metal gets, the quicker it will lose its heat. So you gotta hammer quick but precise.
All right, tell us how you got started doing this, or what made you want to start doing this.
Well, I've wanted to do it ever since I was a kid, and I never really had the means to do it. And then, like, hopefully some of the others out you that watch this, started watching Forged in Fire, and it just kind of was like, I really, really want to get into this. I mean, I'm not trying to get on the show. This is for fun, you know. And I do make some pretty decent knives, so I mean, if somebody wants to buy them, then sure, that's cool. But most of it is a hobby. It's fun.
One big learning process.
Yeah, I mean, every blade I've made, I've learned something new. Even when I didn't make a blade, I learned something.
Always learning.
Yeah, exactly. It's just one of those things that you can only learn so much from watching videos and researching. I mean, you have to do it.
Right.
And that's really the only way you're gonna gain any real knowledge about it. I mean, yeah, watching stuff is good, but it only gets you so far. Anyway, if you've noticed, I've turned it around because I've drawn it out lengthwise enough on this end. I need to draw it out towards the back, and then I'll take the head off. I'll heat that up and cut it off with the hammer on the edge of the anvil. Then after that, you have to draw out the edges so it's wider. So we'll get to that in a bit.
Interested to see about this cutting with a hammer thing.
Yeah, just lay it over the edge there. And
Ah, right on.
Good?
Yeah.
Alright, so as you can see, I've heated up the other side now. So we'll start working on that. Get a better grip on this. So,
There we go.
right now, I'm deciding if I want to either cut this off or turn it into the blade. I'm not sure. We're just going to whack it off.
There it went.
And now it's off.
Ah, yeah, that's pain.
You can see it's starting to take a little bit of shape. I'm gonna have to, I left it pretty thick up here so I can draw it out this way. And then the tang I'm trying to draw it for a decent sized handle. As you can see, it's not that great yet. Let's burn my glove.
About twice the size of your hand right now.
Basically right now I'm trying to take this bend out of it so it just runs straight. This is not the best way to measure this.
I was like, don't grab it, okay? It seems hot.
See those black marks? That's from burns on this. I don't care. This is from up north, so it's a lot colder.
It's not used to the Texas stuff.
Yeah, it doesn't. I mean, it runs great at first. Once it gets warmer, it doesn't do so good. Alright, so I've got kind of the basic shape here. You know, thinner handle, fatter blade. But if you look here, this part is really thick. And it's kind of got a bow going on. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw this out to kind of match this. So it'll give us more of that. Sort of. Ow!
Hot.
A little bit.
Fire. Hot.
Ow! Mother!
Hot.
Got it again.
Fire. Alright, burning coal going into oil. I guess it's fine.
Yeah. So for those of you who are wondering, fire's hot. Hence the ow!
It's like the warning on the coffee cup at McDonald's. Caution, coffee is hot. Like, okay, yeah.
Thank you. I did not know.
Yeah, do not try this at home. You're welcome to try it here, though. But just don't try it at home.
Yeah. Okay. So, you can see it's pretty well got the basic shape. So, what I'm going to do, because the rest of this, like to get it perfectly straight, I can just use the belt sander or the bench grinder. But now I'm going to put the point on it, and then after that I'm going to take a few light hammer strokes and take out some of these dips, because if you don't, you're going to have to sand a lot deeper to get them out. It's just easier to do with a hammer. Alright, so hammering is done. So I got a pretty decent tip on there. I'll profile it out later with the bench grinder. But now you want to kind of try and make sure you got everything as straight as possible. So I'm going to give it a good heat. I'll straighten it, heat it one more time, and we'll go to the quench.
Cool.
Alright, hopefully you can see that. It's pretty straight.
Does look pretty straight.
So now we'll heat it up for the final time. You got to try and get everything hot, but without frying the metal. And then we'll quench.
What are you using to quench it in?
That is literally used motor oil that I pulled out of the F-250 out front.
Nice. Nothing special about it.
Nope. And it works great. Alright. See?
Shit. And that's it.
Maybe. You got to test it first. Let it cool down a bit.
Looks like you had a little meltage there a little bit.
Yeah, right. Alright, so one of the first things you want to check is to make sure your blade stays straight. Yeah, pretty much. Alright, so to test to make sure you have a hard blade, you need a file. Pretty much any file will work. But take it, see how it's just scathing off?
Right.
Alright, that's how you know you have a hard blade. Never just assume. You always got to test. If it doesn't, it'll kind of catch. But if you have a hard blade, it'll just scathe right off. That's it.
Very cool. To be continued.
Yeah. So, hopefully you enjoyed this and you learned something out of it. If you did, give me a like, maybe a follow. Should be down there somewhere.
Yeah.
You know, whatever. But anyway, this is part 1. Part 2, I will be cleaning the blade up, getting rid of all this, you know, slag and scale and burned oil. I'll do that with the bench grinder, the sander. Anyway, just watch the second video.